Some gadgets are just upgrades, but every once in a while a product comes along that makes you stop and think, okay, this is where technology is going, and that's exactly what we're looking at today. I've picked 4 very different gadgets from 4 different companies, but they all have something in common. They aren't just adding bigger numbers to a specification sheet. They're trying to change the way we use technology. From a smart home power system, to AR glasses, to a tiny professional camera, and finally one of the most advanced smartphones of 2026. So let's see which ones are actually worth your attention. And if you want to check the latest prices or product links, you'll find everything in the description below. Let's get started. At number 4, we have something a little different. This is the EcoFlow Stream Ultra X. And no, it's not another power bank. This is designed to become part of your home's energy system. The idea is actually pretty simple. You store electricity in the battery, connect solar panels or the grid, and then use that stored energy when you need it. The Stream Ultra X has a battery capacity of 3.84 kilowatt hours, and that's important because we're no longer talking about charging your phone or keeping a laptop running. We're talking about storing enough energy to actually become useful around the house. It can deliver up to 2,300 watts of AC output, which means it can handle many everyday appliances and higher power devices. And if you need more storage, the system can expand from 3.84 kilowatt hours all the way up to 23 kilowatt hours. That's a huge difference. But here's where EcoFlow gets interesting. The system can accept up to 2,000 watts of solar input and uses 4 MPPTs. In simple terms, MPPT helps the system get more usable energy from your solar panels, especially when conditions aren't perfect. So if you're building a home solar setup, that can make the system considerably more useful than simply having a large battery. There's also an important practical advantage. EcoFlow designed the stream system around relatively simple installation. You don't necessarily need to think of this as a complicated traditional solar installation. The idea is to make home energy storage much more approachable, and the battery is rated for a long service life, with EcoFlow stating up to 15 years under its specified conditions. So who should actually consider this? If you're simply looking for emergency power for your phone, this is overkill. But if you're interested in solar energy, reducing dependence on the grid, or having serious backup power for your home, the Stream Ultra X becomes much more interesting. It's basically turning the battery from an emergency accessory into part of the home's everyday energy infrastructure, and that's why it earns our number 4 spot. At number 3, we're moving from your home to something you can actually wear. These are the RayNeo Air 4 Pro AR glasses, and this is where things start to feel futuristic. Put these glasses on, and instead of staring at a relatively small phone or laptop screen, you're looking at what RayNeo describes as a massive 2.1-inch virtual display. The actual display inside the glasses is a 0.6-inch Cia micro OLED panel, and the important part isn't the physical size, it's the image you're seeing. The Air 4 Pro supports full HD resolution, refresh rates up to 120 Hz, HDR10, and up to 1,200 nits of brightness. That combination makes these much more interesting for movies, gaming, and portable work. Imagine sitting on a plane with a laptop in your bag, putting on these glasses, and suddenly having a huge virtual screen in front of you. You're not carrying a giant monitor, you're carrying a pair of glasses. The display also has a 200,000:1 contrast ratio and covers 98% of DCI-P3, with a claimed color accuracy of delta E below 2. But the display isn't the only interesting part. RayNeo partnered with Bang & Olufsen for the audio experience. The glasses use a 4-speaker system and support spatial audio. There's also a whisper mode designed for more private listening, and at around 76 grams they're still surprisingly light for what they're doing. Of course there is a catch. These aren't completely independent AR glasses in the same way some people imagine from science fiction movies. They're primarily a wearable display, so you need a compatible device to provide the content, but that's actually what makes the concept useful. Your phone, laptop, handheld gaming device, or other compatible hardware provides the content, while the glasses become your personal giant screen, and that changes how you think about portable entertainment. For travelers, gamers, and people who want a huge private display without carrying a huge display, this is one of the more interesting gadgets of 2026. At number 2, we have a gadget that I think content creators are going to appreciate immediately, the DJI Osmo Pocket 4. And the reason I like this camera is simple. It gives you a lot of the benefits of a professional camera, but you can literally hold the entire thing in one hand. The Pocket 4 uses a 1-inch CMOS sensor. That's a big deal for a camera this small. A larger sensor can capture more light and generally gives you more flexibility when you're shooting in challenging conditions. And DJI doesn't stop there. The camera can record 4K video at up to 240 frames per second in supported modes. That gives you plenty of room for slow motion footage. There's also 10-bit D-Log, which is important if you plan to color grade your footage later. In simple terms, D-Log gives you more flexibility when adjusting the look of your footage in editing. Then there's the feature that makes the Pocket series so convenient: 3-axis mechanical stabilization. Instead of relying only on electronic stabilization, the camera physically moves to keep the image steady. So when you're walking, traveling, filming a product, or creating YouTube content, the footage can look much smoother. And because the camera itself can rotate, you don't need to constantly reposition the entire device when switching between horizontal and vertical content. The touchscreen is 2 inches and reaches up to 1000 nits. There's also Active Track 7.0, which can keep a subject tracked while you're moving around. For a solo creator, that can be extremely useful. You can put the camera down, step into the frame, and let the tracking system help keep you centered. And here's why I think the Pocket 4 is more interesting than simply saying, it's a small camera. It's a camera designed around reducing friction. You don't need a camera bag. You don't need a large gimbal. You don't need to spend several minutes setting everything up. You can pull it out, turn it on, and start filming. That's exactly what you want when the interesting moment happens unexpectedly. For YouTubers, travelers, vloggers, and anyone who wants high-quality video without carrying a traditional camera setup, the Pocket 4 makes a very strong case for itself. And finally, at number 1, we have the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra. Now, putting a smartphone at number 1 might sound obvious, but this isn't here simply because it's Samsung's flagship. It's here because Samsung is trying to turn the smartphone into something much more intelligent than a device for calls, photos, and social media. Let's start with the camera. The main camera uses a 200-megapixel sensor with an f1.4 aperture. Samsung says the brighter camera system is designed to improve low-light photography and video, and the camera system is backed by Samsung's Pro Visual Engine, which uses real-time image processing to analyze the scene and improve detail. Then there's zoom. Samsung lists up to 10x optical zoom and up to 100x AI-powered space zoom. Now this is one specification where it's important to understand the difference. You shouldn't expect 100x zoom to look like a professional optical telephoto lens. At extreme zoom levels, computational processing becomes a major part of the result. But for everyday photography, having that range can be incredibly useful. The display is another major part of the Ultra experience. You're getting a 6.9-inch dynamic AMOLED 2x display with an adaptive refresh rate up to 120 Hz and brightness reaching 2600 nits. That means it isn't just sharp and smooth, it's designed to remain highly visible even in bright outdoor conditions. And then there's performance. The S26 Ultra uses the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 for Galaxy. Samsung says its customized processing platform provides significant gains in CPU, GPU, and AI performance compared with the previous generation. But here's the part that makes the S26 Ultra especially interesting for this video. AI isn't being treated as one separate app, it's being integrated throughout the phone. The camera uses AI and computational processing. The phone can analyze content, it can help with tasks and interactions. And Samsung is pushing the idea that the phone should understand more of what you're doing rather than simply waiting for you to tap an app. There's also built-in S Pen support. That still makes the Ultra different from most flagship smartphones. You can write notes, draw, annotate documents, and interact with the phone in a completely different way. Storage is available up to 1 TB with the 1 TB version paired with 16 GB of memory, while the 256 GB and 512 GB configurations use 12 GB. And that's important for people who record a lot of high-resolution video or keep large apps and files on the phone. So, is the S26 Ultra perfect? No. A phone this powerful is expensive. Most people don't need 1 TB of storage or a 200 megapixel camera. And if you already own a recent flagship phone, the upgrade may not be dramatic enough to justify replacing it immediately. But that's not really the point. The S26 Ultra is designed for people who want one device that can do almost everything. A serious camera, a large high-quality display, high-end gaming performance, AI features, a productivity tool, an S Pen, and enough storage and processing power to handle demanding workloads. That's why it takes the #1 spot. Not because it's the cheapest, not because everyone needs one, but because it comes remarkably close to being an all-in-one pocket computer.